No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay, so hi everybody. I think we should get started because I have quite a lot of goodness planned for today. My name's Sacha, if you don't know me, filling in for my sister. So anyway, let's get started today standing and get comfortable because we'll be here for a little bit. So today we're going to do something called the Mountain Pose series, and it's something I learned from one of my mentors, Travis Eliot, and hopefully I teach it right and do good by him. So we'll be in mountain for quite a bit today. So find a nice steady stance. Your feet will be hip width. Your hands will face forward, fingers spreading wide, rolling those shoulders back, gently tilting your chin so that you have a neutral spine. And then just close your eyes because this is how we're going to begin class today. So let's take these few moments to steady our mind and steady your breath. And then start to turn that attention inward. Mountain pose is a grounding pose and it's regal, like mountains. And so find that stance that makes you feel grounded and connected to the earth. And then connect that breath, making steady inhales and exhales. During this series, it's repetitive, so we're going to be doing movements 3 times each. So try to avoid rushing the movements and be present for each moment. So slowly blink your eyes open and we'll get started. Take an inhale, your arms will sweep up above the sky, slowly inhaling. Interlace the fingers at the top, and then exhale to release those fingers and then hands down by your side. Again, inhale, arms reach up to the sky, interlace those fingers, push those palms up toward the sky. Exhale, release your arms down by your side. One more time, inhale, sweep those arms up. Interlace, finding length in the sides, and then exhale, hands slowly release down by your side. On the next inhale, arms will come up in front of you, palms facing down, sweeping over your head, and then the exhale, let it slowly fall down to the ground. Another inhale, hands parallel to the ground, reaching up to the sky, finding openness in those shoulders. Exhale, releasing down to the ground. Inhaling one more time. And exhale down. And the next thing we're going to do is take your left hand and place it over your right in front of you. And then on the inhale, open your hands up and out to the side. And then on the exhale, your right will come over your left in front of you. Another inhale, opening up and out to the side, squeezing those shoulders. And then this time, exhale, left hand over right. One more time, inhaling up and out. And then exhale, hands will come down to your side. Inhale, your hands over your head. Interlace your fingers, palms to the sky. And then take those elbows, bend them, and palms will be behind your head. Inhale to reach up. And exhale, release those hands down by your side for mountain pose. Inhale, hands will sweep up to the sky, interlacing those fingers. Exhale, palms behind your head, bend your elbows. Inhale, palms toward the sky, and exhale to release it all down. One more like that. Inhale, hands up to the sky, interlace those fingers. Exhale, bend your elbows. Inhale, palms facing the sky, and exhale, slowly release down by your sides. And let's take a moment here to pause in mountain. So just find that nice stable position and remind yourself not to rush any of these movements. So let's take an inhale. Hands will reach high to the sky. Interlace those fingers. And then exhale, lean to the right. On an inhale, come up to center. Exhale, lean to the left. Inhale, back up to center. And then exhale, your arms will come down to the ground. Doing that again, inhaling, sweeping your hands up to the sky, interlacing those fingers. Exhale, lean to the right. Inhale to center, and then lean to the left. And then inhale to center once more. Hands release down by your sides. One more time through this one. Inhale, hands up to the sky. Interlace those fingers, palms reach high. Exhaling to the right. And then hold here for just a few breaths. Breathing into the left side of your rib cage. Inhale to come back to center. And exhale to the left, this time breathing into that right side of your rib cage, what we call rib swing breath. And then coming back to center on the inhale. Exhale, slowly let those hands fall down by your side. And the next thing we're going to do is a little bit tricky, so just follow along and it'll get easier by the second and third time. So inhale, hands up to the sky. Interlace those fingers. And then on the exhale, bend your knees, palms to the ground. And then open your arms, will sweep out and around you. Palms facing forward in front of you. Inhale, open them back out and up. Interlace those fingers once more. And then exhale to release those hands down by your side. Doing that again. Inhale, hands up to the sky. Interlace those fingers. And exhale, bend those knees, palms to the floor. Inhale to arch your back, palms facing the sky and coming to the front. Inhale, arms out to the side, up to the sky. Interlace those fingers again, finding that length. And exhale, slowly hands by your side. So now enjoy this third one now that we got the hang of it. Inhale, hands up to the sky. Interlace. Exhale, bend those knees, palms to the floor. Inhale, find that arch. Sweep those palms to the front. Inhale, hands out and up to the sky. Interlace those fingers. And exhale, hands will fall down by your side. Inhale, hands will come up to the sky. Interlace those fingers, palms to the sky. Release your hands down on the exhale and interlace your fingers into prayer behind your back or fists to your back. And then on the inhale, we'll look up and bend back for a tiny back bend. Exhale to come forward. Release those hands. Inhale your hands to the sky. Interlace those fingers and push up. And then exhale, let the hands fall like rain down by your side. Another time, inhale, hands up to the sky. Interlace those fingers. And then on the exhale, release those hands down and either to the back or reverse prayer. Inhale, coming back, looking up. Exhale, forward. Release those hands down. And inhale to sweep them up to the sky, interlacing those fingers and pushing up. Exhale, release your hands down by your side. So one more of these. Inhale, hands up to the sky. Interlace those fingers. Exhale, release your hands down behind your back. Inhale and hold here for a few breaths. Chest opening and shoulders rolling back. Making sure to come to your degree of comfort in that back. One more inhale here. Exhale, releasing that spine, releasing those hands. Inhale, sweep your hands high to the sky. Interlace those fingers, push it up and out. And exhale, release those hands down by your side. And it's time for another pause. If it feels comfortable, close your eyes. Find that nice and steady mountain pose. And if your mind has wandered, bring it back to center with your breath. Slowly blink those eyes open, and let's inhale our hands up to the sky again. Interlace those fingers. And this time we're going to turn our torso to the right and have a little back bend. And then inhale to come back to center. Exhale, turning left and find a nice little back bend there. Back to center. And then hands will release down by your sides. Again, inhale, your hands will sweep up to the sky, interlacing those fingers. Exhale, turn your torso right and look up to the sky. And then come back to center. And exhale to the left, and then turn and look up. Exhaling back to center, and slowly releasing those hands as we prepare for our last one of these. Inhale, hands up to the sky, interlacing your fingers. Exhale as you turn to the right. Find that little back bend and hold here for a few breaths. This series is designed to touch every muscle group in your body, and also said to align your chakras. Take an inhale here and exhale to come back out. Inhale and then exhale to turn left. Find that bend in the left and hold here. Inhale to come back to center. And then exhale, release those hands down by your sides. Inhale, hands will reach up to the sky, interlace those fingers. And on the exhale, forward fold halfway. So just come on out with a nice long spine. And then on the inhale, come back up. And exhale, release those hands down. Again, inhale, hands will reach up to the sky, interlace those fingers. And exhale to come halfway, using those abs, even though we're not doing crunches. And then come back up. And then hands down by your side on the exhale. One more of these. Inhale, hands up to the sky, interlace those fingers. And then come halfway and hold for a few breaths in this third one. And inhale to come up. Exhale, release those hands down by your side. Now for the next one, let's inhale, hands up to the sky. You guessed it, to interlace your fingers, pushing it up to the sky. This time, release your hands, fall forward into a forward fold. Let your head dangle. Interlace your fingers down here to come all the way up to stand to rise, rise to stand, inhaling here. And then exhale, let your hands fall down by your side. Doing that again, inhale, hands will reach up to the sky, interlacing. Separate those hands and exhale into forward fold. Let your head drop to the earth. Interlace those fingers and inhale to come up. And exhale, release those hands down by your side. Shoulders rolling back. Last time, inhale, hands up to the sky, interlacing. Exhale to release those hands and fall to the earth. Once you get down here, we're going to hold a few breaths. If you need to, hands can be on your shins. Interlacing those fingers, inhale to rise to standing. And then exhale to release those hands down by your side. And the next one, we're going to inhale, palms will come up halfway, and then exhale to sit down into a half squat. And then inhale to come back up, and then exhale, your hands will come down by your side. Let's do that again. Inhale, palms facing the floor. Exhale to sit down halfway into a squat. Inhale to stand back up, and exhale to release those hands down. One more time, inhale, palms will come up, sitting down halfway, and just pause here for a few breaths. Building a little fire, and then inhale, let's come back up. Exhale, release those hands down. This time we're going to inhale, our hands will come halfway up again, and this time we sit all the way down into whatever your version is of all the way down. And then exhale to bring it all the way up. And then palms will come down by your side. Again, inhale, halfway up, and then sit down into that full squat. And then coming all the way back up. And then hands down by your side. We'll do one more of those. Inhale, halfway up, sitting down, down, down to the ground. And then exhale to stand, palms down. Let's take a moment to face your palms forward. Close our eyes once more. Blinking your eyes open. Inhale, hands reach high to the sky. Interlace those fingers. And then come on to the toes. And then exhale, release those feet. And then release your arms down by your side. Inhale, palms will come to the sky. You'll interlace those fingers. Exhale onto your toes. Inhale to come back down. And then exhale, release your hands down by your side. We'll do one more of those. Inhale, hands above the sky. Interlace those fingers. And then exhale up onto those toes and hold for a few breaths. On the next inhale, bring those feet down to the ground, and exhale to release those hands down by your side. The next time we're going to take everything we did but put it into one movement. So on the inhale, come onto your toes and interlace those fingers. And then on the exhale, slowly release those feet down as slow as you can to the ground. Doing that again, inhale, everything on your toes, interlacing. And then exhale, let's slowly bring everything down. It's okay to wobble, we're just testing our balance. Last time, inhale, everything up off the ground. There's not much on the ground, so come off the ground. And then exhale, slowly as you can, release everything back down to the ground. And pause here. That was the last movement in the mountain pose series. But how nice was it to not even have one vinyasa in that whole time? So what we're going to do now is you can come to the front of your mat, and then we're going to inhale. Your feet can be hip width still. Inhale your hands up to the sky, and then exhale to forward fold. This time we're going to come into dangling. So you can bend your knees if it feels good for your back. Cross your arms and just hold here. This is a pose in yin that we call dangling pose for obvious reasons. And it's great for releasing those back muscles. So just breathe into any intensity that you might feel in the back. And exhale to let it all go. Just let gravity take over. I know I promised that today would be different, but I didn't promise that we wouldn't get to do some downward facing dogs. So release those hands down to the ground. And then just start to walk your feet back to downward facing dog, which feels so good after the standing poses. So palms are on the floor and your fingers are spread wide. Making sure you're pushing up and out of those hands so your shoulders aren't sagging. Feeling free to have your knees bent. And from here, let's inhale our left leg off the ground so it's parallel with the ground. And then on the exhale, pull it through to the front of the mat to come into a pigeon pose. So your left foot will be parallel, or as parallel as you can get it with the right top of your mat. Your right leg will be nice and long. We're going to do striking pigeon. So inhaling here, and then exhale to come forward. Turning that into a flow, inhaling to come up, and exhaling to fall forward. Again, inhale to come up, exhale, falling forward, and one more of those. Inhale, coming up, finding a nice extension in your spine. Exhale, fall forward, and let your body rest. Now take a deeper inhale, and then exhale to bring your hands up onto the ground. And from here, we're going to thread our right hand under our left. We're going to revolve our pigeon now. So right hand will go under your left, and then release that right shoulder to the floor. And then you can take your left arm and place it on top of your right hand. So left hand on top of right hand. And we'll turn this into a flow. On an inhale, we're going to open our left hand up to the sky. And exhale, your left hand will come on to your right. Inhale, left hand up to the sky. And exhale, left hand down to the ground. One more time, inhale, left hand up. Exhale, left hand down, and just hold here, releasing your head if it feels good, just for a few moments. I know this can be a challenging position for some. So remember, you can always take any other position that feels good. Modify it so that it's right for your body. Inhale, let's come up out of that. So slowly release your right hand and left hand to the ground. And this time we're going to sit just down onto your bottom, and I'm going to face you. So this time you're going to have your left leg still bent. Your right leg will be out. And then we're going to take and inhale our left arm up, and then come on over. Your elbow can fall to the ground, your right elbow. or you can just release it down alongside your foot. If you can, reach your left hand to your right foot, as long as you're revolving those ribs open to the sky, that's great. But not for me today. You're obviously feeling a stretch in every part of your left rib right now. Let's inhale to come all the way up. And on the exhale, left hand to the ground, right arm will sweep up, coming up onto your left knee, just stretching out the right side of the body. And then coming back down to sit down. And inhale to come over again. Slowly, there's no hurry. And then exhale, let's open it back up and let's come up onto that left knee again. One more like that. Bringing it down to the ground on the inhale. Exhaling it over. Inhaling it up and right arm to the sky. Let's do one more because it feels so good. Sitting down, and let's inhale, left arm up to the sky and over. And then last one, I promise, this is the last one. We've got to move on. And then release that down to the ground. And then from here, let's take our left foot. We're going to come into fire log or double-seated pigeon. So left foot will be on the bottom, right leg will come on top. And if this is too much, easy pose is always there for you, because this might make your hips scream. Also, another option I want to give you guys, feel free to just bring your left foot up to the inner part of your leg and come forward as well. So there are a few options for you. But if you're in double-seated, join me for the delight. Inhale, hands up to the sky. Exhale, release those hands down, and then come to whatever degree you can without ripping any muscles. And while we won't be here for too long today, notice that you still have time to go a little deeper if your right hip allows. And remember that any moment that you can, close your eyes. It really helps to take away one less sense that you have to process in your brain, so there's more room for other things. Let's take one more inhale here, make it deep. And on the exhale, slowly make your way out of that. And we're going to come to tabletop because God gave us two sides. So just find your nice table before you tuck those toes and come up to downward facing dog. Just feel this second downward facing dog. And then take an inhale, lift that right foot halfway off the ground. And exhale, pull that right knee forward into the top of your mat, releasing it down. Always remembering you can put a block under your right hip if you need to. So finding a nice position for your knees. Inhale that spine nice and tall. And exhale for striking pigeon, head to the ground, releasing your breath. Inhale to come up, finding that extension. Exhale to fall forward. Inhale, back up. Exhale, head to ground, and we'll do one more. Inhale, coming up, a nice neutral spine. And exhale, fall forward and rest in pigeon for just a minute. Remembering that sometimes coming down isn't an option, and it's totally okay to stay up as well if that feels good. Everything I say is always a recommendation. And it's up to you whether or not you take it. And then let's take a deep inhale here and exhale to bring yourself up, palms on the ground. This time we thread our left arm through under the right. And if this is too much on your body with your legs being like this, you can always come to tabletop and do the same thing with your arms. So your left arm will thread through, and we'll inhale our right arm to the sky and place it on top of your left hand. Revolving our pigeon, we'll go through a flow where we inhale our right hand up to the sky. Find some openness in that chest. Exhale your right hand on top of your left. Again, inhaling right arm to the sky. Exhale, letting it fall to the earth. One more time, finding openness, inhaling. And then exhaling your right hand down, and we pause here. Just a few moments, not minutes. Taking a deep inhale here, making it nice and full. Let's exhale to slowly come back up to pigeon. And then from here, we're going to sit down. This time, our left leg will be long. Our right foot will be in. And then let's take, if you want to take your elbow to the ground, you can, or to your shin. And then inhale that right hand up and over. And just find your place. You can always take the left hand inside your left foot. And then barrel those ribs so that they're opening to the sky. And then we'll turn it into that flow where we inhale to bring that right arm up and behind you. And then take that left hand to the sky, coming up on your right knee, up and over. And then release that down to the ground. And then find that on the other side where we inhale and stretch the right side. Exhale, opening up and coming up onto that right knee. Hand over your head. Inhale to come back down. Exhale, bring it over. Another time, inhale, coming up onto that knee, bringing it over. Exhale, release it down to the ground. Inhale, up and over, last time. Exhale, let's come up onto that knee for the last time. And then slowly release it down to the ground. This time we'll find double seated pigeon on the other side. Your right leg will be on the bottom, left on top, or easy pose, or any version that any pose you want to go into right now. Notice that your sides may be very different as well. So let's take a moment here. Inhale, making your spine nice and tall. And then exhale to come down to your degree of comfort for this position. We'll stay here just a few moments longer so that if you want to go deeper, now is a good time. Make the next inhale really deep into that belly. And then exhale, coming up. And then from here, we're going to release those legs. Thank goodness. Maybe shake them out. But then let's come to sit on our feet. So bring your knees together, bring your feet together, and then have a seat into saddle pose. So finding saddle pose. Before we go back and go deeper into this position, also feel free to put blocks if you want to sit down on some blocks. But if you are okay here, then just stay here. Let's inhale our hands up to the sky. Interlace those fingers and bring them behind your head. And then take that chin toward your chest. I feel like we kind of need to stretch our neck today for some reason. So just breathe into the back side of your neck. I know that's where I feel it. Make sure you're not putting too much pressure on your head. But just find the right amount of medicine for you. And on the next inhale, let's inhale and open our elbows out to the side and look to the sky. Maybe arch your back. And then exhale, pull it all in like you could just shrink away from the world. Inhale to open it up like an extrovert. And then exhale, bring it in like an introvert. One more of those. Inhale, open up, arch that spine. Exhale, let everything fold in towards center. And then inhale, come back up to the neutral position, release those hands. And let's take our right hand and place it on the left side of your head and just give a gentle pull to the right. Breathing into the left neck muscles. Maybe you find this a good time to close your eyes and bring your mind back. Inhale to release that, bringing your head to center, and then exhale. Let's inhale to bring your left hand up to the right side of your head and gently tilt the head to the left. Just let your right arm dangle, or if it can touch the floor, you have longer fingers than I. Inhale to release that, and exhale, hand down to the ground. Now let's go a little deeper into saddle. If it feels like this is enough, you can stay there. But if you want to join me, you can bring it back for just a few seconds. Just find where the stretch feels good for you. Some people might go all the way down to the ground. That's not me. Remembering to breathe through any intensities you might feel. We'll only be here a few more seconds. Take a deep inhale here. And then exhale to slowly make your way up, especially if you're on the ground. There's no rush. Just slowly make your way back up to that nice neutral spine. I know that's kind of a tricky one. And once you get back up, to a neutral position. Let's go ahead and sit down on your bottom. And then bring your feet out in front of you. So we're going to go into caterpillar, but first bring your hands to your heart center. Inhale to sweep your hands up to the sky. And on the exhale, bring your palms to the back of your neck. And then bring your hands forward to heart center. Let's flow through that 3 times where we inhale, sweep your hands up to the sky. Exhale, hands to your back, and then bring them forward. Again, inhaling up. Exhale, hands to the back and center. Last time, inhale, sweep your hands up. Exhale, behind you and in front of you. And back down by your side. Inhale, hands up to the sky. Nice long spine. Exhaling to fall forward or walk your hands out to your degree of comfort for this position. Breathing into the back space in this position, and then exhaling any tension you might feel is very helpful, because the longer we hold, the more those back muscles will release. But the breath is the key. We're going to be holding this pose a little longer than we do any of the other poses today, just because it is so healing on our backs. And notice when your mind is telling you you need to get out of this pose. And then be compassionate with yourself and say, no, it's not time yet. Just try to bring presence to this moment. We practice that on our mat so that in our life off of our mat, we hopefully use these skills later in the day to take a moment to enjoy something other than rushing around. Maybe that's you take a moment to look at the sunset, or you notice a bird, or just you come back to your breath and do a check-in with yourself. Hopefully we use these moments in yoga class to make our life better in the real world. Now let's take a deep inhale here before you rise to come out of this, slowly making your way to a nice tall spine. And then bring your hands behind you. Fingertips can face out or forward, your choice. We're going to inhale to bring our bottom off the floor, feet flat to the floor, pushing your pelvis to the sky. And then exhale, bring it back down to the ground. Again, inhale to come up off the floor, chin to the sky. Exhale, releasing it down one more time. Inhaling, bringing that booty off the floor, feet to the ground. And exhale, releasing down to the ground. From here, let's take our left foot back behind you. And our right foot is going to come at a 90-degree angle. So you try to align it with the top of your mat parallel. So we kind of make the shape of a 4 with our legs. Your torso is going to face forward though. That's the trick in this position. So we'll inhale here, coming into deer, and then we'll exhale to fall over the top of your right leg. So torso is in alignment with being over your leg. And this is a reminder, if there are poses that you want to run away from, because I know I have mine, and maybe this is one for you, know that those are the poses you often need to be doing. So instead of running away from it, maybe lean into it. Let's take one more breath here, nice and deep. Just signaling to our body that we're coming out of this and moving to the next phase. Coming up, this time we're going to just swing our legs to the other side. So just windshield wiper those legs now to the left leg. But before we do that, let's just windshield wiper a few more times. So take it to the right and then take it to the left. Again, taking it to the right and then the left, and we'll do one more like that. One more time to the right. One more time to the left, and here we hold. Left is parallel with your mat. Torso facing forward. We inhale here and exhale to fall over your left leg. And again, maybe you don't come down onto your forearms or to your chest, but maybe instead you just stay up with your palms on the ground, and this is enough for your left hip maybe. But if not, come on down. And then start with your breathing. Steady and slow. Let's take one final deep breath here in this position, and then exhale to come out of that. And then from here, let's take our legs to dragonfly, so to the opposite corners of your mat. Open those legs up. and get comfortable as you can. Inhale, arms will reach up to the sky, finding a nice long spine. Exhale, hands down to the ground, and then come down to whatever degree you can. Just finding your place in this position. Take a deep inhale here, and exhale, slowly make your way out of that position. And then come so that you're lying onto your backs. So lying all the way down onto your mat, bringing those knees into center. And then let's keep our left knee bent and extend your right leg nice and long. And then take that left arm out to the side and right hand on the outside of your left knee, pulling it across through center and over to the right. A one-legged reclining twist. Just signaling to our brain that it's time to slow down. Take one more inhale here, and on the exhale, slowly bring that knee back to center, bringing your right knee in to meet your left. Squeeze them in, this time holding your right, releasing your left long down to the ground. Right arm will come out to the side, left hand to the outside of your right knee, pulling that right knee over to the left, finding a twist here. Keeping your gaze wherever feels comfortable. Taking one last inhale deeply here. We exhale to bring it back to center, squeezing both knees in toward your chest. This time bringing our torso off the ground and squeezing our legs, giving ourselves a hug. Take one final inhale here. And on the exhale, let everything fall down to the ground. Releasing your body onto the floor. Palms facing the sky, relaxed by your side. Feet will fall out and open to the outer edges of your mat. Closing your eyes if that feels good. We'll be here for the last few minutes of class, called Savasana. Just let your back yield to gravity and your mind to stillness, and see how quiet and still you can become. And before we come out of this final resting position today, in honor of our mountain pose series that we did, I'm going to leave you with this quote. And it goes like this: climb the mountain not to plant your flag, but to embrace the challenge. Enjoy the air and behold the view. Climb it so you can see the world, not so that the world can see you. So slowly start to bring your body back to awareness. And then I'm going to leave you just like you are today. We started standing, we finished lying. So thank you for practicing with me today.